do hold potentially inappropriate. You're live. This is how the amateurs start off. They face in the camera. They like, he ain't ready. Yeah. So I guess the only way to test audio is to ask people if the sound cracking or go on our phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See.
Yeah. So we gonna hop on and see myself go live, so I can see myself. Yeah. So I better see your live. I better see your going live. Talk to me, YouTube. I don't even know how to check. That's crazy.
Can't you like look yourself up?
Right. Probably try to look from the outside. Yeah, I am live. We are live. Yeah. So this is the pilot, keeping the pilot lit. We're gonna get some music going too and get a little level. Sounding good.
Sound good.
Oh yeah.
Sound good. Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
They're like, yeah, you're amazed by your voice. We've been podcasting forever. Yeah, so this is the Just Juulz iCast. So myself, Parents Diller, aka Honesty Blade. There we go. That was annoying. My man B, we're gonna adjust the camera so get my man in the shot. Do this right. See, unless you want to come on this side or whatever makes sense. So we going live. Yeah. So I know it's weird because we don't have headphones to listen to ourselves, but I guess we just gotta trust that the levels is right because it sounded crispy when I watched it.
Yeah.
But yo, Just Juulz iCast. So this is not gonna be how we're not gonna be running with the typical idea. It's just gonna be everything it's gonna be unique. Of course, it's gonna be like talked about content, but it's not gonna be trendy. It's just gonna be real talk, real chop. My man Ronnie Cannon, he should be a part of this soon, so that'll be dope. But I think I had an idea of what we was gonna chop it about, but I guess this topic that hit my mind from earlier, the Breakfast Club. I caught one of their interviews today, and they had Ja Rule and Irv Gotti on there, and they gave a real good interview. But the part that I want to chop it about is education versus information, and like they don't really have to conflict, but in that interview, they was like Ja and Irv Gotti had two different approaches to getting your education because Ja was saying every black kid should go to school, or at least if they want to go to college, they'll have that cushion. So if whatever they go for in college doesn't work out, then they got something to fall back on, like a business, a family business, or maybe. And he's saying that's what he's got set up, and he's glad that he can do that for his kids because he didn't have that. So he's saying, well, basically, you just need education because with education, you go far. Irv Gotti was saying the only thing that education really prompts you for is to get a job. And that's why you go to college, because at the end of your tenure, You know, you get your degree, and then and this is what he said. He said, "What's the first thing that people say to you after you get the degree?" He said, "You got to go get a job." So, and he's right, and they both are right, but they do hold some very interesting perspectives. And I'm just curious on what you think, because I think really they're both right, but I think it's just relative to what your goal is. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I 100% agree with that. That's exactly what I think. Like, it's all based on perspective and what you've been taught in the past also. Like people who in a situation like Ja Rule in the part where he's able to provide kind of a cushion because he has businesses and stuff that his kids can fall back on. Like people are not set up for that.
Mm-hmm.
So but that mentality is usually the same as what Ja Rule had. Like they want education because they don't have anything. So they want to go and just educate yourself, which is what
That's
Gary
right.
said, training.
Yeah.
And get a good job, make some money, and do good. But what Gotti is saying, I lean more towards that perspective in terms of, how I actually feel and what's good and what's progressing, what is needed is to have the information and the support and people around to do things outside of school, make smart decisions and create your world and your environment, your job, your life without being educated to listen to somebody else.
I agree, man. I think Gotti's philosophy was real relative to me, real familiar to me. Because that philosophy I think is more familiar, amongst people who have a lot of self knowledge, a lot of self confidence, a lot of self identity. Not in a way that's just self absorbed. I mean, that can be the case, obviously, but at the very minimum, people who just got self identity. I think people who were raised to get more familiar with their own abilities and hidden talents and things like that, they will probably more closely relate with that philosophy because I feel like that. And I understand what Ja Rule is saying because he's saying at least get that because the doors that you can open, the ability to decipher information, the relationships that you get through college, and all of those things are very valuable tools. But that is more familiar or more useful for somebody who's heavily navigating through the matrix in that kind of way. you know. So they're both right. It's just like I don't think you have to choose. I think it's just what's your goal?
Yeah.
What's your goal and apply what when?
Right.
Connections are useful here. Talents are useful there.
Yeah.
You can be all or none.
I mean, obviously, still a lot of people agree with Ja Rule. Like, college is still booming. People still going. Like,
Yeah.
still to go for it. Many people, and they are very successful because of it. And that was their goal to get to where they're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a lot of people who didn't really go to college and making their life.
They're making their life.
Money,
yeah.
And doing what they want. So. Yeah, it's there's no that's one of the issues that we have in general, man. Like we are very good and quick to discredit one thing because it's the same but a different method. It's the same end goal but a different method, and because it's a different method and it's not my method, that your method is not credible. Like I don't get it.
Right.
This is what it is. This is the truth. And that's just keeping us arguing, debating, and not coming up with solutions. At the end of the day, like we have to understand what one is saying when somebody says that. Like in a situation where Ja and Irv was talking and they should have realized like it's the same end goal. The method is different. That should have been acknowledged.
Yeah.
People are not acknowledging that I get what you're saying and you're not wrong. You're
right.
I agree with this perspective too. That's just how I view it.
It's more sides.
But it's the same end goal.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out how to, do it together, and do it in a way where that's understanding,
Yeah.
and not judgmental, so we can figure out the solution between, how to make our methods better for
Mm-hmm.
each other. How can we
Mm-hmm.
work together? How, what's now that we got that people can go however we want to go? How do we capitalize in this sort of situation? How do we capitalize in this situation as a unit?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the topic of conversation, though.
Right.
Until until that needs to be the topic, or until it is the topic of conversation, it's going to be a problem within the public. People who are in power, like, black leaders who are actually working out here, that is the topic of conversation. Like, they well past it. They already understand this. They're not talking about this.
Yeah,
silly,
right.
silly shit. Like,
Right,
they
right.
already know.
That's understood.
So, they already trying to do some other thing. They out here working now, and then because that's still the topic of conversation, people are just not understanding and putting the pieces together
right,
to help everybody else the way they need to help everybody else, and not just their friends and family, but the community, to empower other people so they can spread it to their friends and family. That's and it continues on to the point where we're all good and we're all family, because that's what everybody preaching, right? We all just family. We all these guys. We all these better people. We all need to be united. But when it comes down to actually doing it, it's not a lot of people stepping up to the plate. So,
and see, that's why the end game, like knowing what the goal is so important, because I think once you know what the X is on your map, then the path will kind of lay itself out, and then you'll know which tools to apply. You'll be like, okay, well, my man's strong in this, so then this is where he could benefit, or be of a benefit. This is my strength.
But it's no foundation rooted in the self for a lot of people, though. They put their foundation rooted in money, rooted in something else. But what I mean by like rooted in self is like having a real spirit, a real spiritual backing, and not just like like I believe this, but I live my life and I just believe he got me type shit. I'm talking about like you walking by what you say you believe in, you walking by what you say you believe in. Those are the people who have that back end, that backbone to get past through the situations where courage is needed. Other people don't. It's hard to, especially with the way religion is treated nowadays. It's hard for just people to like all of our, and I say that because all of our great leaders were MLK, Muhammad Ali,
you can name them all,
Malcolm X, and Farrakhan. Currently, like they all have their spiritual people. They all believe in God and actually follow God. Not just do like they did what because they were good people. They tried to be good people. So without that foundation, I think that goes to show when you're doing it, when it's being done the right way, it works. So it's not the religion,
right? Okay,
it's the people driving it.
It's the people, because you have enough sense to know what's your right. What's your greatest. At least the best you can do.
Yeah.
You'll know that much innately. I don't. Yeah. I think a lot of what we understand has been complicated. It's been abused. It's been used to manipulate. No doubt that higher spiritual influence is what you need. But it's just how do you get it? How do you get fed?
You gotta be you gotta want it.
You gotta want
want to get fed. The thing is, like, it would be better and easier, I believe, if it wasn't like forced. If it wasn't like I'm born, I'm being forced to go to church, your whole life, and you get judged doing this, you get judged doing that, and it leaves a sour taste in like his mom, because one, I believe they're getting forced false doctrine to a degree, a lot of it. So that's the first thing that's gone awry, and then there's no information of other religions. There's no understanding of how they again different methods, same goal. They're not talking about is like at the end of the day, we all talking about God, our Creator. The method of which we use to live by and say these things about each other or how we live doesn't really matter when at the end go you love God and it doesn't matter because those are the people who understand as like all these texts love is the key.
Right.
So if they're actually following their God, they're gonna love you regardless.
Yeah.
They know you love God.
It's a frequency. Yeah.
It's all love. So
Yeah.
it's the people. So they go to show you where people's true colors are right there. Because the people who are not doing that don't have that love in their heart.
Yeah. Right.
The way they say they do.
Right. That seems to be the most consistent characteristic. Yeah. Right. And people say God is love, and it's that simple. But because we haven't been encouraged to think in that way, we overcomplicate it. And we say, nah, that's just a saying. No, it's a saying because, don't just take everything face.
Else, it falls right in line.
But you know what? English language does kind of encourage that thought and that behavior, which is not really respecting the true meaning of words. Because if you think about many other languages, the emphasis that you use in them, they really bring to your attention what the concept is. They always say use the tongue. The tongue is that powerful.
Yeah.
So you got to respect it and carry out the true, everything is not verbal. So you got to carry out the full embodiment.
Yeah.
And, you have much more thorough communication in those languages, But people in English they won't tend to understand that idea,
I want to keep talking about this, but the question just popped in my head. Keep talking about that. Well, it's not really a question, but I just started thinking. English. I had a couple conversations with people about the English language that I never really, thought about. English was never really my thing. Like I like math, like numbers. Like I didn't really care for it. Writing and reading and stuff like that. I like to read, but wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
The English language. Do you think that is part of the English language calculated to dumb people down and make us egotistical?
Well,
the way the grammar of English language is set up.
Do I think that is designed to make us egotistical?
Selfish and independent. Boastful.
I think that could be a quality. I think it could be an attribute. And KRS once said something. He said that you learn the skill or the trade according to the character of the teacher.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, the English language, it says it in the language when you want to define a word, they say spell it. And a lot of people will say that it is a spell casting language. I don't have a lot of weight on that, but like that idea makes sense to me because why is there so much opportunity for a misunderstanding in this language? That doesn't happen at the rate in other languages that it happens at the rate in English. Like, for example, not too many languages would have homonyms, right? I'm not sure if any other languages have synonyms, but especially homonyms, because words that sound the same but are spelled different, if you're not sure of the context, you can be confused.
Right.
In Spanish, there aren't, I don't think, a whole lot of different scenarios, contexts. It's pretty much, when I say this is what it means all across the board.
Yeah.
But in English language, it's not that, For example, we don't even have a substitute word for rendezvous. I mean, I would say a meeting, but a rendezvous sounds much more layered.
Yeah,
It can't just be a meet. But is it? I don't know. It's just me thinking off the cuff, really, on that.
yeah, it's a meeting point. But no, yeah, I'm with you because I had a conversation with this girl and she was talking about the English language. She was breaking down the grammar because she's from Greece. So she was breaking down the difference of how they talk and how Spanish language is versus how English language is, where it's very possessive.
Possessive. Hmm.
And that's why I asked about the ego. Like it's a lot of I this,
Yeah.
I before everything.
Yes.
I have, I want, I need,
Yes.
I.
Yes.
And that's not normal. Like she said, like if she went and talked like that in Greece, like everybody would think she's like the most egotistical
Ooh.
person.
Ooh. You learn according to the character of the teacher.
Yeah. I.
You know what? I was someone pointed that out to me. He was my producer a few years ago. His name is Moses. Hopefully Moses still does some stuff right now. That was my dude. Real good dude. Real good producer too. But he said to me, he was like, "You rappers are so just I me I me I me." And that shit cracked me up, and I thought about it, and then I changed that up, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Makes sense." And it expands you. It opens up your vocabulary, especially if you're a writer. Then you just you break more walls down because now you can tell greater stories. And you're a lot more effective when you're not bragging. Like when you just let the ability brag. You know. But he had told me that, and then I included myself less. I still do have songs where I me, but now I'm conscious of it. So now I can make other songs that are like, okay, this one I'm just painting the picture. And then you'll be like, okay, because especially in rap, it's so competitive.
Yeah.
Dudes don't be wanting to listen to. They'll act like they like that because that's just what they relate to, but they'll resent it too because everybody is so egotistical. It's got to be one. They can't just sit there and let you talk your stuff and feel secure. I've done shows and dudes be just feeling a certain way just because of the energy that you can carry across with that kind of attitude. You know.
Yeah, people. It's like a sixth sense. Like people really feel that.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. They react to it, but they don't know. It's like because of their emotional reaction, they create the reasons why, and they create the justifications for why they feel that they feel.
Mm.
You know?
Emotional control, man.
Or yeah, or even on the flip side, where they feel how they feel, and it creates that emotion within them. It gives them the reason to feel how they want, because they already thinking about it. So they want to feel like this. It's like they have an innate desire to be in that emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
So they create reasons to do so. And it works for people who want to be happy too. Like people who like genuinely want to be happy. Automatic situations are created for them to do so. Subconscious starts to take over when happiness is really on the forefront of their being or their want. Everything they do is happy. People who's angry, sad, depressed, they do shit to make them angry, sad, and depressed. It's a sign. Yeah.
Now, would you agree that that's what people would call the secret?
Yeah. It's essentially that's what the secret is. It's a well, how they put it. It's a matter of belief. And you believe to your core what you can do, then you are able to do it. Think about it, focus on it, and you're able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Put the work behind it, but your belief is going to drive the work. Essentially, that's what they say. And part of that is true. It's I don't think it's as black and white as that.
For some such and such 99.
know.
This is the whole thing.
I don't think it's as black and white, but
Yeah.
it's essentially that's along the lines they are on the right track.
Yeah. It's like it's a part of the pie, because the belief, but that's the beginning. It's just one part of the process. Action has to take place. And without action, you'll have a lot of, I don't know what vibration, but until you actually direct it, it's just floating energy. You got to apply.
Yep.
You
You
know?
gotta have a plan.
Right.
Plans are important. And I think the thing is, I guess it depends on what kind of life you're trying to live.
Yeah.
Um, and how much of different things you want to incorporate into your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because, and it has to be a balance also. Like, because there's the people who, in the search journey for themselves that have come across a lot of the people who, on the spiritual side, talks about living in the now, living in the moment, and enjoying life now and stuff like that, which you should. Completely agree. But then there's the people who got the money. You got to understand, like, you got to have a plan. You got to execute the plan every day. You got to do this, do that. Long term, you got to think about your growth. You can't live in the moment. You got to think about the future. And again, one of those situations that neither one is necessarily wrong, but we can have both with having a balance.
Mm-hmm.
There's a situation where you understand, like, because living in the now is not just being in the park. It's like being in the park all day.
Being in the park and shit. I'm living. Standing on top of picnic tables and shit. It's gonna be all right because the wind is blowing. You're like, no, but you gotta do something about this shit. It doesn't matter, you fool. How do you feel?
Yeah. So you gotta be living in the now. Is really just whatever you're doing right now, just being focused on it.
Yeah.
If you at work, you can commit to work and focus.
Mm-hmm.
If you whatever you're doing, just commit yourself to the situation that you're in at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on it. Don't
And you know
live
what?
in the future, the moment.
Right.
The moment in the moment.
Live the moment in the moment.
That's it. When it's your moment to plan.
Right.
You create a moment for that. You create the moment that you want. Right? You make choices within the moment, but just focus on the moment that you're in.
That's some good advice. Because focus is like it's an ability. It'll give you just as much back as what you put in it. Like it'll seem like it's just a task, but then you'll feel the reward from it if you're really contributing to the focus. And as complicated as that might sound, it's like it's really simple. It's like like say for an example, if you're organizing something and then you're really taking precision and care and effort into what you're doing, then you'll start getting a little bit gassed up by it. You're like, hey, I can do that. It's just simple abilities. It's just stuff that we're not taught to cultivate. You can get enjoyment like when you work out. The motivation behind the workout is your results. People don't say, oftentimes people don't say, man, I'm about to get healthy so I can know what kind of food I need for my blood type. So I can know what my best amount of nutrition needs to be. Dudes really be like, so I can pop top on them in summer. Motivations ain't like that. So, with that being said, it's like, I guess if you could find a motivation in what you're doing, if you could find what would excite you about what you're doing, you'll get a lot more out of it.
Facts. I'm not a big fan of using motivation as a motivation.
As a motive.
But
he was motivated to kill her. That's why he killed her. No, why? He was motivated. Clearly. He killed her. You see how he killed her? Get there with ambition. That sounds horrible.
You know? Don't wait until you feel motivated to do something.
Yeah,
Like, when you want to do something, do something.
yeah,
Make it work. Make it happen.
yeah.
Get up and do something. Like, even if you don't feel like doing it, and that's the hard part for people who like to work out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
once you don't feel like doing that shit, it's easy as fuck to not do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it anyway. You don't feel like it? I don't feel like it. Get yourself, get the fuck up. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Mm.
That's you gotta be diligent.
Great advice. Diligence. Mm-hmm. And it'd be hard too, man, because like we wrestle with a lot of things. People wrestle with comfort. People wrestle with discomfort, pressure.
Because we don't teach, like, we don't raise Spartans at all. Like,
Mm.
it's everything is about comfort, and that's why like the people, like a lot of successful people in terms of our community, are people from the hood, because that's who they are. They got comfortable with being uncomfortable and just living situations. A lot of them, like they stories, a lot of like family story, like that shit was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible, but
Yeah.
because it was that shit was that horrible,
Yeah.
it provided a different kind of opportunity for them.
Yeah.
Or even a different kind of motivation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a motive like keeping your ass alive. There's a fire that comes with that. You approach everything else like, man, this ain't nothing.
right,
That's how it is. You know.
people are so wrapped up in our comforts now. It's hard to be addicted. We addicted. We some fucking addicts, and you got the nerve to talk about drug addicts and shit. Nigga, we addicts. All of us are fucking addicts. To something. We addicted to something.
I mean, how can you not be in this realm?
Yeah. It's everything. Everything. They put, man, it's sad. It's fucking sad, bro. Like the shit that they do
Mm-hmm.
to keep us like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, it can be overwhelming to a lot of people. Like, I remember having conversations with people, and they just like walking away. From
It make you really think.
Yeah,
You know,
like it's really.
because if you was really at one with all of that, you'll be unpeaceful.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, they're killing me for real.
Yeah.
So it's hard for people to accept. Like they say, ignorance is bliss, because you would have to have some kind of bliss to be as civil as we are with a lot of the things that we might understand. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot easier to be sedated. You know, at least you find your peace through that, because the only other piece, you'll feel like you'll want to take yourself from this dimension.
I mean, but we sedated for a reason. Though. That's the problem. Like,
Right.
Because naturally we don't, because we're higher than this shit. Our mental capacity of what we came from and what we can for ourselves and create for ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't need to be sedated. Like humans are powerful beings.
Right.
We just don't know
We
how
don't.
to access it.
Yeah. We're not taught to activate it.
So they create these situations and scenarios that have us playing with fear. And that's all they really do. They just stuff us with fear everywhere. From the little bit on TV, news, a lot of movies, television shows, video games, you know, all the way to international news, the presidency. Like, it's on every level. They get everybody, no matter, big or small.
Fear-based teaching.
You know, even in kids' movies, they got to be a villain.
They got to be a villain.
Villain.
Yeah, right. It's always right or wrong. Extremes.
That's it.
Conflict. Most movies in cinema are based on conflicts. Civil War, Infinity War.
You know,
Great projects, but same approaches.
it's all the same. That's why I get bored with shit. So
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna blow up.
That's all. Like, I'm over the
Yeah.
Marvel shit. Like
It's gonna
I
be
still watch them because they are good movies, but
but it's
I'm
like,
over it.
Yeah.
I don't get the same little like
Dirty cops.
I gotta go see this. I watch that shit on Cartoon. Like I ain't even go to the movies to go see it. Like, I'm fine.
Like, what's it about? Dirty cops. Again.
Yeah.
June 8th.
It's nothing like original, man, and it's fucking sad, bro. I hate that shit. Like movies suck,
Romance.
man. Movies suck. I'm ready to go see Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
Worst fucking decision, bro.
Talk about it.
That movie was so bad.
I haven't seen the first one. I don't even remember.
Oh, you haven't seen the original?
Nah.
See, I seen the original. The original was crazy, but that shit was scary.
Yeah.
That shit was wild. This shit was terrible, though.
In what way?
Every way, bro. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. One of the worst scary movies I've ever seen. And that's usually all the terrible movies I've seen have been like scary movies that I didn't like. You know, the only one is probably like With the Man that wasn't good, but it kind of was like suspense, I think.
See, they're not horror.
Yeah, like that one was a suspense one, and this movie, I forgot the name, Captivity. It's a movie called Captivity.
Sound like it's about a kidnapping.
It is. That's horrible, bro. That was probably like the number one movie like, I did not like ever. I think it was The Village wasn't that bad at the end. I just didn't like the movie in general.
Village.
Yeah. It was like another movie, but I don't remember. It was so fucking bad.
My coworker, she was saying she don't consider a lot of this stuff horror, and I'm like, I feel you, cause like,
No,
if
not,
it,
though.
yeah, like I think horror is when they get off on some like Exorcist, like spiritual stuff. Then I stay away from that, and like the Saws, I think that's like thriller.
That's thriller.
Yeah, and then if it ain't that, it's suspense probably,
Mm-hmm.
right? So suspense probably like your Ocean's 11, shit like that, or
Action.
yeah.
Yeah, horrors. I mean, like it is a horror,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is a horror. But the way, it is. This it at least was. You know, I like it though. It is probably my favorite horror film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Child's Play was horror.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Leprechaun and shit. But
I haven't entertained myself with no horror in a long time.
I'm not a horror fan.
Yeah,
It's not my thing.
yeah.
Like I've seen the Paranormal Activities. I've seen, you know, It and stuff like that. Like I watch them. Usually with somebody else.
Yeah.
Usually, like if a girl want to watch a horror film that's what she into, I'll watch it. But usually I don't go see them by myself. Like I was in college when I went to go see Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
1 and 2. I was in college, so we used to like play as a group to go see that. But I'm not checking for no horror film myself.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
They was like, nigga, I want to go see that new Exorcism, 17.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm not a fan.
Maurice would say
It's not my thing.
it. He'd say it just to say it. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to see that Exorcism. Oh yeah, you don't know Maurice like that. Yeah, Ronnie will tell you about it. Anyway, yeah.
I don't. I like comedies though, for real.
Man, that's my number one though.
Mine's is because it's just
Yeah,
they're like comedies and then mysteries.
yeah,
I really like mystery movies, but I love comedies, man. Like I'm checking for comedy.
yeah.
I'm watching comedy all the time. That's all I really watch, like comedy
Man,
shows or movies.
what's your favorite comedies?
Some of my favorites. Coming to America, probably my all-time favorite movie.
Sex and Chocolate,
I
everybody.
love that movie.
Boy, good.
Yeah.
I know you not.
I do like Trading Places.
Oh yeah, Steve Martin.
I like Knocked Up. Seth Rogen.
That nigga said Rogan, man. His voice alone.
Yeah.
The
He's-
baby book.
he's funny.
Like his
He's
voice.
funny.
He wrote some good stuff too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He wrote for your. He was part of for your version.
Oh, he's part of writing that too.
Mm-hmm.
Did Steve Carell write it?
I think he wrote a little bit.
A little bit.
Um.
He's funny too on The Office.
Yeah. He said Steve Carell was like his character was perfect because he actually felt that way. Like he was actually like repulsed at some of the things that they were saying on set and doing on set and shit. He was like, like he's So like a lot of his reaction was like real natural.
Yeah.
They come off so good.
I think it's Steve Carell. He got the funniest dry shit, man.
Yeah, he's
like,
a
this
great dry humor.
He's dry.
Yeah, great dry humor.
That's in The Office. I'll be cracking up, man, because everybody know it's a boss like that.
Yeah,
They cool, but they just corny.
yeah.
You just be like, man, you ain't got no flavor. You're funny. And it's
Yeah.
funny that you think you funny.
Man,
Like you really
Yeah.
do not relate.
my favorite dry comic is well, he's not really a dry comic, but he got dry humor. Is Bruce Willis. I love Bruce Willis dry humor.
When he be
Man.
doing that? I can't think of.
You ever seen Red?
No, have I not?
Oh, you gotta watch Red. That shit is hilarious, man. It's him, Morgan Freeman. It's a couple other people, but that shit is funny.
Man.
It is funny, man. He got another movie that was out too. I think it was on Netflix or something. I seen it. He like this cop. Like he's funny now. He's like after Die Hard, I guess.
I know he can do it. I can't remember.
Like Bruce Willis is funny. Yeah, his dry humor is like,
I bet he could do it. I can imagine.
oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I just got done watching Big Bang Theory.
That's funny.
I like it. It's funny. But it's mostly because of one character. This guy Sheldon. He's the main character. He has like a whole bunch of issues, or what we would call issues. He don't really have issues. He's just different than the norm.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have a filter. He doesn't feel that. He don't feel empathy and shit like that. He don't feel that for people. So he doesn't know when he hurt people's feelings because he's just blunt and raw all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's just whatever's on his mind, and that's the funniest shit in the world. Man. That shit is so funny because he be roasting people on the low. He be roasting people, but it'd be so funny. He's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
but
did we saying?
I can't even tell you because it's in the context of the show. So it's like, but it's just random situations where he just like he disregard people's feelings when they trying to talk about their situations.
Yeah.
Like, and he just Sheldon would just take over the conversation like, well, I don't really care about what you're going through. I want to talk about what I'm going through.
And he'd be dead ass serious.
Dead ass serious. Dead ass serious.
Man.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny show. It's not a show for like. It's not a show for certain people. I've seen a lot of people, like famous people, kind of roast this show because it's one of those. It's a regular sitcom. It's an NBC sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's you're gonna get what you get.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of know what you get in those situations for the most part. Nothing like raw, grimy, nothing.
Nah,
Very
right.
safe,
Very safe.
But it is funny. Though. I like it.
Mhm.
I like the show. It just had the season finale
Yeah.
last week. It was a pretty good finale. They won the whole purpose of the show was for Sheldon to win a Nobel Prize. That's the whole premise of the show.
Well, and he all that cold and heartless.
Yeah. It's not that he's heartless. He doesn't feel like people. He starts to develop it over time. Like so you see him grow.
Yeah.
So it's a very at the end it was very heartwarming.
Yeah.
You seen him grow from this dude that was like this, just weirdo to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
to him his getting all these friends, people coming through from him, growing in certain ways. He got married. Like it was if you invested into the show,
Hmm.
it was a pretty good show. Like it was pretty. That was a pretty good finale.
Mm. Yeah, man. I guess I just don't be watching a lot of TV because like I watch so much YouTube content,
Yeah,
I don't never get done with it.
yeah,
So by the time I'm still watching my stuff, I got to go to work or something, you know, or I'll be playing the PS.
yeah.
But man, what's the last show? I like that Insecure show that Issa Rae was doing.
Yeah. Did you see? That was pretty good. I like that show a lot.
Yeah, I really like it. And I think the last one was third.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on the fourth one, but I'm just now getting hit to that YouTube series, that Aqua Girl.
Oh, yeah. That's how she got on.
Yeah, I'm late, but it was funny, man.
Yeah.
Especially when she had that dude that had the real quiet voice.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Am I supposed to tell his baby voice, nigga?" He was just, and he was trying to communicate all the time. Like, you can't be that quiet. This nigga's the host. How's he the host, the DJ? Like, he don't never raise his voice.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was funny though. But I didn't know about that. Like, my father had put me on the Insecure.
Yeah.
Then I went back and watched that, and I was like, man, she's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I fuck with Issa Rae. I
Mhm.
love her for a long time.
She used to be busting out them flows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because she reminded me of an ex I used to have. She reminded me of her a lot.
Yeah.
My dad.
That's funny. You seen Atlanta?
Mm-mm.
You fucking Insecure. You like Atlanta?
Was she in that?
No, Atlanta is Childish Gambino show.
Oh, okay. So he wrote it?
Yeah. He wrote it. He starred in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it like a reality TV show?
Nah,
Or is
it's
it
just like
scripted, like a regular series?
no, it's just like Insecure.
Oh, it's just like
It's
Insecure.
just like Insecure. Yeah,
Okay.
they fake characters, but it plays the same. Like how her life, she's
Mhm.
going on.
That's
How
dope.
yeah, same thing.
How many seasons they in?
Atlanta is 2.
2 seasons.
He's waiting for the 3rd season.
Yeah.
AP, drop it. He was doing so much shit, but it's like he's his cousin is a rapper,
Hmm.
and he's his manager.
Okay.
And then they got you seen Sorry to Bother You?
Have I seen that? That's I feel like that's like a racial show.
That's a movie.
Sorry. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I watched it.
What's this guy? I'm gonna show you this guy who's in it. You know him?
Oh, that was a telemarketing gig.
Yeah.
I didn't finish that. Why didn't I finish that movie?
No, that was a great
That
movie.
started off good.
That was a great movie.
I bet it was.
It got crazy, but that movie was wonderful. I
What's
loved
his
it.
name? I've seen him.
Yeah, he's in Atlanta too though. But that's he was in Dope.
Dope.
He
Dope was
yeah,
good.
He was the blood in Dope.
Dope was good. Yeah, good movies. Good movies.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Okay.
But he's in Atlanta.
Okay. It was a good ass show.
Perfect.
Damn,
Like, yeah,
where do I be at?
Like he's my favorite character in Atlanta. Dude is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's I think his name Ice Pick or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's the rapper's best friend.
Okay. Okay.
And he had a whole episode with just him.
Yeah.
He had a whole episode with him trying to buy this piano from this guy. I forgot who the guy's name was, but he was like supposed to be like this famous musician for years, whatever. And he was trying to go and buy this piano from him, or he was giving it away actually because he was sick. But his brother was the one that was like kind of dealing with him and everything. And then he was trying to kill him in the end. Like, that shit got crazy.
Yeah.
But it was the whole episode was just him in that situation. And that's episode. That's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I know I got some homework to do. I got to check that out. And I got to finish the Sorry to Bother You. That
Yeah,
joint
you gotta
was
finish
good.
that shit. You gotta finish that.
Yeah, yeah.
That movie was so good.
I'm thinking about wrapping it up. You think it's anything we should cover?
Um, I don't think so. It's like shit. Wow, we have some more shit to talk
We gonna have some more. Yeah,
shit.
I'm ready to smash some Pizza Hut.
Bro, I was just looking up one time how long they open.
So this is just Juulz iCast. This is just our pilot episode. We're just getting the waters warm, seeing how it's gonna go. But y'all already know how it's gonna go. It's gonna be smooth. It's gonna be more development. More production behind it. But this is just getting our feet wet. So Honesty Blade B, you want to give me a handle? That's cool.
Fine Reds, fine_Reds on Instagram. That's about it.
Yeah. Then
Y'all catch me. I don't be on that shit. Yeah.
And we increase the lighting at the end of the video.
Yeah.
Who you doing that? So yeah, the Honesty Blade, man, signing off. We catch y'all on the next one. Peace. It's straight.